Oh, hey! I didn't see you there. My name's Robin, and I work at the UCF collection of arthropods, also called the Bug Closet. We use these collections to study biodiversity of insects. Today I'd like to talk to you about one of the tools that we use to study biodiversity, which is called Shannon Diversity. So come on, let's go look at some bugs. First, let's talk about what Shannon Diversity is. Here's my cheat sheet for Shannon Diversity. Because when we're thinking about Shannon Diversity, we're thinking about richness, which is the number of different species in a community, and evenness, which is when we ask how many individuals of one species are there relative to the other species in this community. This is also called relative abundance. Let's set this down here for now, and we'll refer back to this later. Now let's look at a scenario where I collected insects from two different sites. Here's what I collected from site 1. We have 3 bumblebees, 2 green bees, 2 honeybees, 2 wasps, and 1 extra large wasp. This is what the data looks like when it's graphed. We have this many species, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, ranging from 3 individuals to 1 individual. Here's what I collected from site 2. We have 3 monarchs, 2 pink moths, 2 brown moths, 2 butterflies, and 1 yellow moth. This is what site 2 looks like when it's graphed. You'll notice that even though these are completely different species from site 1, their graphs are identical, which means that their Shannon diversity number is also going to be identical. This makes sense because when we look at our cheat sheet, both sites have the same amount of richness, 5 different species, and both sites have the same evenness. There's 3 collected of 1 species, 2 individuals collected of 3 species, and 1 individual of 1 species. Now let's imagine at site 2, instead of finding our yellow moth, we found another monarch. In this scenario, our graph changes from this to this. Our site has lower richness because now there's only 4 species instead of 5. And there's less evenness because there's now 4 monarchs compared to 2 of the rest. This also means that our Shannon diversity would decrease. Let's look at one more scenario where we remove 2 monarchs. We bring back our old friend, the yellow moth. And this time, we found this black butterfly. In this scenario, our graph changes from this to this. We have increased species richness because instead of 4 species, we have 6 species. And instead of finding mostly monarchs, we have a more even distribution of the species we found, so there's greater evenness. This means that our Shannon diversity has increased. I hope this video helped you to better understand the concept of Shannon diversity. Maybe I'll get into the math a bit more in a part 2, but for now, there's biodiversity all around us, so have fun out there.